Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to play I Love Paris in the Springtime. I Love Paris in the Springtime. This was a request for Isabel, one of my supporters on Patreon. This is a very pleasant and useful tune. It fits into several categories. So when I used to do loads of gigs, I would have this in my jazz repertoire. It would be in my French repertoire for when I put on my beret and stripy shirt, and in my schmaltz repertoire for when I was, for example, going around the tables in a restaurant. It was written by Cole Porter in 1953. It's very simple but a very effective tune, and it uses this thing which is very common in French schmaltzy early 20th century tunes of going from minor to major, and it's really effective. It's like the sun coming out. So we're going in this case from G minor to G major. So the tune itself is very simple. So we'll go through the tune first, and then I'll show you some of the things you can do to dress it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the tune. Let's just hear that with some backing. Okay, now, just played like that is really not very good, but there's loads of stuff you can do to it to improve the sound. So one thing you can do is switching octaves, particularly from in G. This is really quite easy to switch up. So you might do the first half in the octave we just done, the second half you might do up the octave. Or you might switch octaves halfway through the first section, for example, going from like that. That's going to help. One thing I like to do with the long notes is to break them up into short notes. So that's a big long note. I like to do a series of up bows, and each up being given a dig from the index finger pressing the bow down. And I find that those ups are far better than up and down. It loses all its character to me as soon as you go. Much better. Like that. When you are starting to solo a little bit, you can make the first half into a kind of a punchy and boppy. get to the second half, suddenly break out into long notes and smooth notes. And then you've got a real contrast between the two sections. When you're doing those long notes, whole quarter note triplets are really useful. They work really well on medium tempo tunes, and if you're not sure how to do a quarter note triplet, then I do have a video all about that. This is a good key for doing what I call the Grappelli harmonics, which are pretty easy to do. It's all in third position, your hand doesn't move. It's 2, 1, 2, 1. And again, I have a video about that. When it comes to soloing, again, you've got 6 bars of G minor and then 8 bars of D7. I think it's good to split the G minor into 4-bar sections. So basically 2 phrases and then 2 phrases of D7. For example, that's one phrase. And then, and that's the second phrase. One phrase. That's the second phrase. One phrase. That's another phrase. And then I think the last line you would split into 4 phrases because of the 4 different chords. So I'll finish off with a solo a few times round. I will refer to the melody, but mostly I'll be improvising, and I'll try and use most or all of those techniques I've just demonstrated. And so on. A lot of fun to play. If you'd like a copy of the sheet music, do subscribe to the channel and send me an email. And if you would like to get hold of all of my PDFs in one go, do join me on Patreon. And there you can get not only all of those, I've got a French collection of lots of different French tunes arranged for the fiddle, and all sorts of other tune collections, and all my backing tracks, and even one-to-one lessons for people on the top level. So do please consider joining me on there. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.